we're back at Muusic FM. Please keep supporting the fund. Donate as we support and we have thrown this party for the sake and the aid of Lewisham Maternity Wing. Okay, we're joined today with Paul Cartwright. Hello, Paul. How you doing? Need to say that on the mic if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, yeah. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Jason K.
All right there. Hello.
Hello. And man like Russell.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. How you doing? For those that don't know you guys, could you please explain who you are, where you come from, and what you do? Starting with Paul.
Right. Yeah, my name's Paul Cartwright, and I'll just live up your way. No, yeah, basically, Muusic FM, one of my creations, one of my many creations. Very early start-up.
For those that don't know, what is Muusic FM?
It's a new cloud platform that connects DJs around the world, but also connects to real-life issues and real-life problems. Obviously, DJs play live in anywhere in the world. So for me, like, the fundamental factor is kind of connecting that with community projects, rather than, you know, when the charities are giving back 5%, 2%, we've got to go, listen, this ain't happening.
It's ridiculous.
You know what I mean? Like Oxfam and all that. I've always given me old trainer slim and all that. You know what I mean? That ain't happening no more. Do you know what I mean?
It's not right.
So basically, anyway, cutting on the story short, yeah, it's all about, you know, for me, you know, the people at Maternity Wing.
And that's documented fact.
Well, absolutely.
Fact.
Right, so basically, like, you know, obviously Lewisham Hospital, where my daughters were born, my twin daughters, May and Ruby. And I thought, you know what? I thought if I ever get the opportunity to try and do something, it's always been in the back of my mind. So, I mean, it's almost like I can't move forward from it. I must be able to do something. It's weird. It's like it's been haunting me, you know, because I've been so blessed by, you know, having these two beautiful. And when they were born, bro, like the work they done there, it was just literally, and just.
This is Lewisham Hospital and the nurses and staff. And
so anyway, I just thought, well, you know, I've got this little opportunity to do this little, you know, testing my radio stream and testing, like, almost like it's a promotion really for the live stream here. And you know, like, we're a little start-up on a mission to reinvent radio and to basically connect the world and to, you know, wherever, all it, you know, EMAP, you know, Global Radio Group, without saying any names, both of them, you know, Help the London Child, Children in Need, they're all attached to them. And what they give back to the,
nothing.
You know what I mean?
No, tell it how it is, Paul.
No, do you know what I mean? And do you know what, right, to be fair, like, you know, without getting into any politics, but, you know, at the end of the day, we've got the cloud radio now, and at the end of the day, we've got connection not just to the street, but to the globe. Do you know what I mean? Where everyone's focusing on local radio, DAB bollocks, paying $5 a month. But Facebook's killed radio advertising. But if you can connect it with a live stream and people can pop up anywhere in the world, like I was saying to Mr. Neil over there, you know, we're talking about getting a Sprinter van out and doing like loads of beach parties, like Muusic FM. Like all I've got to do now is pop the phone in. I've got, you know, a nice little ball band on it. Bosh, we're out there.
All right, wicked, Paul. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hello. Well said, Paul. Well said. You've got to keep the NHS going, mate, because they're sucking it out. You know what I mean?
They are sucking it out. For those that don't know you, Jason, could you tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
Well, my name's Jason K. I'm a DJ, also a producer, and I'm a member of Top Buzz as well with Patrick Jarrett.
Okay, fantastic. Yep. Where are you from?
I'm from North London.
Okay. What part of North London?
Well, I'm a red part of North London.
Yeah, what, the Arsenal? Oi. Powerful. Yeah, mate. I love it. Right, thanks, Jay. Going on to Russ. What's your name? Where you from? What'd you do? Or what have you done?
Brass
Brassides?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm Russell Philo. I from North London as well, like Jay.
What part?
North London.
All right, fair enough.
That's enough.
Need to know basis. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I've just sold loads of records over the years.
Fair enough.
That's it.
Just like that.
Jay's.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. All right, thanks for coming. No, right, going back to Paul, please, if you wouldn't mind. So,
go on.
Music.fm, right?
Yep.
This year.
Yep.
Stepping it up, new technology, going places. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself in 5 years with probably about maybe 300 or 400 radio stations within our network, and basically connecting, you know, we could be doing radio stations for charities, like hospital network at the moment, because at the end of the day, like NHS, the radio hospital thing, you know, they're cutting that back as well. So with my technology, we could just go in there and save them a lot of money and make them a lot of money.
Left, right and centre. What is absolutely going on in this country? In all honesty, let's have it right. And let's
Richard Branson's been putting tenders in for the NHS for years.
Well, he just sued them, hasn't he?
Well, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'll try not to get into politics. You know what I mean? But I ain't got my solicitor present.
But I mean, cutbacks on the radio. What was that?
I got my solicitor present, so I can't say too much.
But cutbacks on the NHS radio and stuff like that. Do you think radio is needed in the NHS?
Well, I think at the end of the day, you know, if you're in hospital, right, and you're going through some, like, you just had an accident, you can't get off your back, and, you know, you got that little thing there. Most people obviously watch telly, but it is kind of what the kind of, like, I would, because, you know, I remember years ago in Hackney Hospital when my first actually radio station was in Hackney Hospital on hospital radio. And that was going back, it was a Jess from, I don't know, my mate Jess from up, you know, it was just crazy. It's just like, you know, you're in this weird, like, you know, you know, didn't even have techniques or nothing. It was just crazy, do you know what I mean? And you think that technology's moved on and how not only we can save them money, but we can make them money and give them infrastructure to actually push their own events and to connect.
Do you think that's the issue then? The people that are actually in control of the NHS and them kind of fields, going back to radio, are actually out of touch of society and they can't see a new way for it to generate money for the NHS.
Yeah, I think they're kind of a little bit like, I think they need, like, obviously...
Do you think there's a solution?
Yeah, it's a solution. It's not about working against anyone. It's about working with them and showing them at the end of the day, look, we're a start-up on a mission, you know, we're not invested. Do you know what I mean? We're just self-investing. So at the end of the day, if we can get like something like that and go, right, we take over the hospital radio network, the money that we can generate for the NHS alone, plus the money, we can actually then use that money to fund our business, yeah. You know what I mean, and make our business grow and employ local people, and not just here in the UK but around the world.
And make money for the NHS at the same time.
Absolutely, it's a win-win situation all round, do you know what I mean?
Brilliant. Jason, going back to you, can you tell us how you formed Top Buzz? Because I love Top Buzz. When I hear that name, it brings back, it makes me want to go back on the decks again.
Well, I used to go to the raves. I mean, when the boys earlier was talking about the acid house scene, I was there, you know what I mean? I was just a punter.
What, as a punter? Yeah. Right,
so basically, I was just out on the weekend.
Punter of what? Punter of the dance or punter of the MDMA or the Love Dove film?
I was a punter of everything. You know what I mean? Whatever was happening, you know, I was there. So I went to some of them raves that the lads were talking about. They were proper things. I mean,
that the lads created.
Yeah, that they was involved with. I was there. You know, I was there at well, they called it Ecstasy Airport. It was all over the front page of the Sun. They said there was all ecstasy rappers on the floor. It's actually the glitter that was coming out of the fireworks. So that was, you know, but I was actually happy to tell my mum, look, that's where I was last night. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's where I was coming from. And I just thought, when I was listening to the tunes and that, I thought, you know what? I've got a fat selection of tunes because I was a vinyl addict. I just used to buy a lot of vinyls. In fact,
well, that's what Davey J was saying earlier. He's vinyl addicts, and he was talking about the culture of going to radio, record shops.
Yeah, I've done all that. I mean, at one point, I think I had over 30,000 vinyls. So I started off from the first tune I ever bought was "Love Don't Live Here Anymore," Rolls Royce, and basically I just went from there. Dennis Edwards, Don't Look Any Further, things like that. And I just went on, and when the acid house thing, when I went out raving, I enjoyed myself. After that, I just started to buy dance music all the way. And that's kind of what I did from there. So Top Buzz was formed from there, and we were smashing it all over the place. We killed it 91, 92, 93. We started really in 90, but it took a little while to pick up. And then one day someone said to us, yeah, your tape pack is playing in every single council estate in England. Yeah. And that's when I knew that we was going somewhere, you know what I mean? The people had made a choice, and when the people make a choice, you stand by it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because going back to what Wayne said earlier, it was he said it was giving people a career choice. So you were one of them punters that actually made a pound note. Well, not just made a pound note, forget money, but you actually sorted out a substantial career for yourself off the back of music and underground music in this country.
Yeah, that's right. And mixing with people like them who was on it, maybe a tiny, let's say a shade older than me. Let's be polite about it. A shade older than me.
Tell it how it is.
You know what I mean? And they were showing us
all that.
Yeah, they were showing us a way. They was our peers.
Yeah.
Because they was doing something we thought was brilliant. You know, it was unheard of them days there. They ended up making those raves illegal. When you say Top Buzz,
that's what I'm like, cool. I get it. I completely and utterly get it, because it's the next stage up.
Yeah, they were the days. So that was fantastic fun. We done all that and just went on from there, really.
Oh, that's powerful.
Really.
All right, thanks, Jay. Going over to you, Russell.
I think it was Mike Scott. Yes, Russ. Mike Scott.
So, you sold a lot of records. How did you get into the music industry, and what kind of angle did you come from?
Sort of like when I was at school,
we
used to do a little bit of DJing and stuff like that. And then, like you said...
What's through the same kind of way as Jason explained, going to the parties?
Yeah. pirate radio. That's where we used to hear our stuff. Like Jason, vinyl addict, loads of vinyl. Then I met Paul, and
your life went downhill ever since.
Yeah, exactly. No, then we used to work for a distribution company where we sold lots of records. For
Distribution
lots of
company.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. Tell us the ins and outs for the young people that might be watching this, and because at the moment we've got a longer youngsters, right, trying to make it as rappers, because that's all they can see is that's what they've got to do to make money. So when you say distribution and stuff like that, you're actually talking. It's just a
like vinyl distribution.
Yeah, it's a different spectrum of the business.
So nowadays, that's all about MP3s. It's a lot easier to get tunes out there. But going back 10, 15 years. People used to bring us vinyl. We used to get it out to the shops.
How would they? What you're talking like music? Is it Music House where you used to cut a dub plate?
Oh yeah.
So that's how they would go and cut the dub plate and then come to you guys.
Yeah, bring us CDs.
Hang on. Sorry, Paul.
Some people used to come with us with no money. We used to do press and distribution.
No, really, straight up. Yeah, fair play.
Yeah, get their.
What was that called? Sorry.
What, the companies we used to work for?
No, what you just said a minute ago.
Press and distribution deal.
What's a press and distribution
you would
deal?
come to us with a DAT tape maybe,
yeah,
or a CD with a track you made in your bedroom. Most people, bedroom at the time.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And
Faithless started in
his
bedroom.
If we liked it, we would front the money up, press the tunes, get them out nationwide, and also, we used to export.
So would you say you played a hand at giving people a chance as well at a music career?
Well, back in them days, there was only really 2 prolific distribution companies. So I would say between me and Paul, probably about 50% of the garage tunes probably that was out at the time. Yeah.
65% what went through your hands? Cheers, Russell. Go on, Paul. Go grab that mic. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so you say 65% of the garage scene or garage music that was distributed in this country and worldwide, you would say ran through you two hands?
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, what happened was me and Fee were DJ partners. We first met, Weekend Rush back in the day, weren't it?
Weekend Rush, wow.
Weekend Rush, like
Fox, big up Russia and Fox and Outlaw.
So yeah, big up all the crew, man. Big up Vitamin.
What was it, 923, isn't it?
923, mate, yeah.
What was the abseiling one? Is that the one you had to abseil in?
Yeah, concrete door, yeah.
It was, weren't it? Yeah.
Yeah, let's not talk about that one anyway.
Why? Listen, it's all out there anyway.
The walls have ears.
You scared of
the walls
how
have
did you
ears.
get in there then?
What's that?
Because I remember Rush.
We should just go
when I spoke, we were speaking with Eastman from Call FM, right? They said we can rush concrete on the front door. Council would try and drill in there, but they'd stick scaffold poles in so they'd catch the electric shot and all that.
Yeah, they'd put loads of CS gas in there and all that.
The army took it down in Nightingale Estate, East London.
But anyway, so yeah, going back to where me and Fee, we first met, obviously, through the music, obviously grew like a bondship from there. And Fee, I was working at, I was funny enough, I was a bricklayer, I was working on a counter, and all of a sudden I left, earning about 800 quid a week to go and work for some dodgy distribution company.
Cool.
Some back street where I used to buy my records from, not mentioning any names. I don't want to give anyone any promotion. But anyway,
is it like that, is it?
PR costs money anyway. So anyway, basically, at the end of the day, right, it's like this. So anyway, so I was going to this record store. All of a sudden, this guy wasn't there. So I thought, then all of a sudden, I phoned him up. He's like, yeah, I've started a distribution company. So I went down there. And obviously, because he knew I was a bit of a salesy kind of guy, I ended up basically getting a job with him, like earning about £30 a week. But I had bare tunes, do you know what I mean? I thought, I was earning 800 quid a week as a brickie. When it was raining, I was going to my old man who had the cab office. Do you know what I mean? And then I was doing the radio. Do you know what I mean? So I was on the council. Come Friday, I had loads of keys. So I mean, because all the brickland dried up on the council, and I had loads of keys. You know what I mean? For weekends, everyone had their radio station studios on that weekend. And then 3 months later, there's like 19 families living in one flat. But I mean, that wasn't me, honestly, right? But anyway, you've got to help the homeless out here, right? Anyway, moving forward from that. So me and Fee,
need helping, mate.
Me and Fee, we started. Well, basically, we was working for this big distribution company together, and we a lot of records passed hands. You know what I mean? And me and Fee founded Red Rose Recordings, and obviously they tried to fuck us up their arseholes. But anyway, labels crashed anyway because me and Fee's got the ear rolls. He's a good A&R man. I'm a good. We can hear a track and go, right, it's not going to be a hit today. It's going to be a hit in 3 years' time. We've got that gift. We've got those ears.
Well, do you think that's a gift?
It's a gift from God, man.
Spotting records and spotting music.
Absolutely.
Yeah, spotting talent.
Because some people think, no, I don't like that. But you've got to hear the artistic creativity in it. You know what? It might not be a hit today, easy, but with the right promotion and the right street team behind it, the right radio support.
Well, that's
the
what
track's
Davey
gonna
J
blow.
was talking about.
Absolutely. But I mean, like, you know, going back to obviously, so me and Feet, I left Millennium, obviously, you know, after whatever, you know, they just kind of took the piss, didn't they? And I just...
Well, you put Architect's Body Groove in the charts, didn't you?
Okay, yeah.
I left I might as well say it, Millennium Distribution after they just run the company into the ground, really. And basically, I left there within about 3 months. Obviously, I met Nardo, funny enough. Basically, Nardo's track, Who's the Badman remixes, was one of the tracks that actually started PDC Audio Distribution back in 1999, December, after Millennium. After me making them all their money, I made, you know, Millennium, I made them like, they just basically shafted. But I think in the end, Danny Dyer got a bit of publishing out of gets anyway, didn't he? But anyway, so what's his name?
Danny Dyer.
Donnelly, sorry. But anyway, so when I left there, I started PDC Audio with me. I had my mum, my dad, my cat, my dog, you know, my parrot, all working, do you know what I mean? I'll give anyone a job. Anyway, so within 3 months, obviously, I was the Bad Man. That was one of the first tracks. And then I found I signed Wiley's first track, Nicole's Groove.
Yeah, by Danny S and that. Big up Danny S.
Yeah, big up Danny S. And basically, I've got him a deal with Relentless. And then a couple of weeks later, you know, I had Ashley from the Architects, thanks to Fee, by the way, he went down to Millenniums going, where's Baron? Because obviously, you know, I was fundamentally with the boys' mind, the Architects got that out, you know what I mean? When everyone else didn't want to pull it out, I was like, let's do it. Like, you know, Fee was saying about press and distribution.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I had...
so you fronted it up for him?
I was about 3 months old and I had I had Body Groove, and when I put Body Groove out, it was just a game-changing track. No one wanted to play it. And it's funny because I was giving DJs, because I had the distribution, I pressed up 1,000 vinyls, I was giving DJs like 200, you know, just get out to all the radios, all the pirates. I was
flooding the market
radios,
with it.
I just go drop, like, you know, 40 records off to them and that. But the thing is, it's a psychology. If you get something for nothing, you're not going to appreciate it. And sooner or later, right, so you give it to them.
Alright, stop on that though.
It's stepping, like, listen, let me finish.
Because you're giving away more than free PR there.
You give them a promo, right, it sits in the box, all of a sudden they're going to Rhythm Division or whatever, and they hear the track like, EZ played that last night, boom, they buy it, even though they've still got it in their box. That was the sheep mentality, but we game changed that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair play.
Once you put 3 or 4 hit records out with distribution, as soon as you find that, as soon as you tell someone, hear what, this is going to be a big record, they believe you, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway.
Alright, going to Jason.
So, mate.
Yeah, I think I got a promo of that one off you, didn't I? I smashed the granny out of that.
Yeah.
Out of that tune, I battered it.
So he ran psychology on you. That's why.
Yeah, people like Jason.
But yeah, no.
Playing the stuff. Out there for us.
So I was going to ask Jason now. So going from into Top Buzz now, you started making your own stuff. What was next for you after that? Well, how did it evolve?
I was still buying my house because obviously it all started off as Acid House. So I used to go City Sounds and places like that and buy my house
City
music.
Sounds records.
Even though I was into jungle and it had gone Acid House, hardcore jungle, I was still amongst that. I was still buying my house, and then I turned around in about 93, and I was saying, you know what? There's some wicked house tunes coming out. This shit's hot.
When you talk about house coming out, you're talking about Chicago house, that kind of.
A lot of it was coming from the States. So we was doing a few things there. A lot of it was coming from the States. You know, cutting records, just so many different labels.
Was this the next stage after the Acid House kind of?
Well, yeah, I think it was, but I wasn't actually in it because I was still doing the jungle and the hardcore thing, which was massive, all the raves,
well, it's proper music, innit? Let's have it right,
and all that. But I was still buying the house, and I thought something big's gonna happen here. And then I went to the Royal Albert Hall that night. I think it was something that Tommy Mac had put on with them other fellas, and basically. That was a wicked night. They had Barbara Tucker on stage, beautiful people. Yeah, they had Alison Limerick down with the Lovies, and it was just kicking off in there. It was ramming the Albert Hall. The security didn't even know what was going on in there. It was messy in there. That's all I can say. It was proper messy, but it was a good night. I loved it. And so I just started doing that, playing that, and then Jason K name came out from now, and I was doing all that. And as you well know, I was involved with. I had my own label as well, Social Circles. So I've done the releases. I broke Miss Dynamite's career for Stush, Tubby T, Daneo, who's smashing it now. I signed him when he was 16. You know what I mean? I had to go and sit down with his parents and all that. So I had all that going on, basically.
Are you still involved now, heavily?
Still involved, yeah. I'm still playing out, still out there, doing my thing. And still producing as well. I've got 9 recording studios.
Have you really?
Yeah, and that's what I do now.
Yeah, franchise, yeah, fair play. So let's have it right. We've got three gentlemen here. Well, all gentlemen who've been on that couch. But we're talking about three gentlemen, right, from what you say, odds stacked against them, from areas where you don't really survive, past 25 really, so people are dropping like flies, that have turned into intelligent, creative geniuses. If you had a message to tell youth of today that grew up in Tottenham, Hackney, Lewisham and some of the most deprived areas of the UK, what would you tell them? From each of you as well. Russell first, please. Well,
you know, a lot of them are into music. A lot of them are producing. With the technology that is about nowadays, the sounds are better, you know. Also, you don't need distribution companies as much as you used to before. You know, it's about making a good tune now, really, and getting it out to as many people as you can. Social media is probably one of the big things. I don't think record companies are giving much money away nowadays.
Nah, probably not.
You know, so a lot of these people are doing things themselves, mate, and a lot of them are being successful, you know. Just keep at it. Jason, from a business perspective?
Well, I'd just like to say to all the youngsters from those deprived areas and that, what it is, what you don't realise is you're a diamond, a gem, which hasn't yet been cut correctly, you know what I'm saying? So you need to just work on that. But you've got something in you what a lot of people who have had a lot more haven't got.
Yeah.
So you've got an advantage there. You just take advantage of that. Just keep pushing and try and keep on the straight and narrow, you know what I mean, if you can.
Thanks, Jason. Paul?
Wicked, Jay. Yeah, no, to be fair, at the end of the day, some people, it's in them, do you know what I mean? But some people, they've got problems or something, you know, they might come from a broken home and stuff, or whatever, do you know what I mean? But, you know, to be fair, with me, how I got into music, to be fair, it was just kind of, it was weird, innit? It was like, the pirate radio kind of fever kicked in. It stopped me going. Yeah,
well, there you go. This is what I'm saying. What would you say to people?
Going to prison.
What would you say to young kids?
Well, you know what? Just listen to your listen to. Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't even. I'll just say, listen. At the end of the day, believe in your dreams. Believe in yourself. Don't let no one put you down. If someone tells you can't do it, just tell them I'm going to do this. And never take no for an answer. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You know what? One day you might get it right.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Round of applause, please.